This is me at 15.5% body fat, and this is me 30 days later with a 3% lower body fat percentage, an increase in muscle mass, and while weighing the same number on the scale. During this process, I've gotten tested and tested and tested to prove these results, and I'll share with you everything that I did on the journey to get here, with everything from my diet, training, menstrual period, and mental journey throughout. And no, I did not at any point eat chicken, broccoli, and rice.
Is there any chance that I can have lost 3 pounds of fat in 1 month? They say that you can't lose body fat and build muscle at the same time.
Since I'm a little bit of a weirdo and super curious, I thought, why don't I try and be the guinea pig for the next 30 days and see if this actually would be possible. And well, it turns out,
in the last month, I've lowered my body fat percentage with more than 2% and increased my muscle mass without changing the weight on my scale. And I'm proud of myself, and I want to show you exactly what I did to do that.
I'll do this. I just drove an hour and a half for absolutely no reason. There's so many places to get a body scan close to where I live, but I accidentally booked it somewhere a little far from where I live. I'm about to get my first ever body scan. I thought it'd be fun to get it before we go on this journey so that we can see the changes that are gonna happen throughout this little bit of a process journey that we're gonna get on. Just so you get an idea, for the last week, I've been eating things like this. So we're going into this from a perfect place. We'll see. Also, I'm wearing my ugly hiking shoes because I just went on a hike. If you've been sitting in front of the computer all day, that's your reminder to, once you've completed watching this video, to go outside as well and do some good activity movement, because it's gonna make you feel so good.
Wow. So that's what I look like?
Yeah, so that's a two-dimensional image of you.
Wow. Blue is fat?
Yeah, blue is fat, orange is lean mass, and white is bone density, like bone.
Interesting. So I really have fat in my legs is where I got my fat. And my head.
Barely any, but yeah, there's
certain
areas.
I'm baking cheesecake. Protein version, of course. I'll give you a look. So for diet, when it comes to this fat loss, muscle gain, 30-day experiment, it's really just the basics that we all know. I've been eating 160 grams of protein every day, which if you've watched my traveling video, I shared everything I ate on the trip, and fat and carbs was just whatever. And if you've watched my full week of eating,
I've been eating many of the same things, but typically I don't track my macros. But throughout these 30 days, I've put everything into my MyFitnessPal to not go over the 1,800 calories that a trainer helped me set after having told him my goals, to make sure I get my protein in and just keep track of it all. And I may have added a little extra zucchini into my diet because that is very filling.
But the coolest thing with this whole diet situation from the last 30 days is the discipline that it has taken me to commit and stick to it throughout.
So when it's like late at night, that's when I feel like snacking on something sweet, and I'm feeling full. I'm not hungry. I just don't have always had such a big sweet tooth. It's just kind of like a distraction or a little pleasure, which is totally fine. But I also know that when I wake up tomorrow morning, it's like if I stick to what I had said I was gonna do, I feel this like insane level of proudness that then fuels me for the rest of the day. It's so crazy how that just affects all other areas of my life. Like it's a mental battle. This is not physical. It's about gaining so much self-belief that regardless of whatever goal I set myself within all aspects and areas of my life, I'm able to do it because I'm able to keep and stick to the commitment and the promises that I made to myself.
It's the most incredible feeling. That also meant I started doing sprints again. I started dancing more, doing things that were challenging that maybe weren't me in my typical habitat that I had been in for a while. I mean, I've been doing those things, but not to the extent that I did the last 30 days. My training the last 30 days was leveled the frick up. So it was not all just diet, and let's get into that.
The reminder I got that led me to make specific changes within my training these last 30 days, I think could potentially be a great reminder for you as well. Because I've been training for years and I'm a certified trainer and I've gotten great results from what I've been doing. But if we want new results, we have to take new action. And I felt like I was pushing my hardest and doing everything that I could with progressive overload and consistency, but then I was reminded that to achieve new results, I had to take new action. And well, also that actually I could do more than my brain had made me believe that I could. And so a new program was built, and I went back to the basics of writing down my weight, reps, and sets for every single exercise to assure that I would go harder during the next session. With this already very intense workout program.
I'm absolutely certain that there is a direct correlation between when I'm the happiest and when I'm the most disciplined, because every time I'm like so determined towards achieving a goal and I stay consistent with my habits, which I have been so consistent. My progressive overload, the gym, and especially my diet. The diet is like the hardest thing. Do you agree? But because I had a specific goal, there was just just no discussion in my head whether or not to do the thing or not to do the thing. It's as if every time I'm very, very specific and clear on the goal that I want to achieve and have created a specific, very clear action plan, I just stay more consistent. And I don't know if you needed this reminder to set a really clear goal, a really clear deadline, and a really clear structured plan as to how you were going to get there. But if you did, this was your reminder, because I have been doing progressive overload at the gym, really been pushing myself hard. I felt so proud of myself. And I also, during this period, I've been so loving, so caring towards myself. It's like when we stay disciplined within one area, it compound effects in all other areas of our life. With self-love, with love towards others, with commitment, with the things we're doing, everything just kind of falls back into place. I've just been chatting with you and not worked out yet, so I think I should start. Get this going. Let's do it.
Whenever it wasn't a leg day, I would include a 10-minute sprint session into my training. And let's get one thing straight about this, because I burn only a little over 100 calories in a session like this, which I would eat right back in one of my many apples that I eat throughout the day. And so when I do sprints, it's really not about the calories burnt, but it's because of how it makes me feel. And trust me, I hate it in the moment. It is pure discomfort for me. But afterwards, I mean, if you know, you know. I've been getting up between 3 and 4 for years now, and my morning routine is the thing that drives me for the rest of the day. I get so clear on my goals. I get so clear on gratitude. I remind myself of all the things I have to be grateful for, which excites me. And I would do this as well, even on the days when I don't feel like things are going the way that I want them to. It's about digging deep and figuring out and reminding myself of all the things that I do have in my life. So in the darkest times, if we're able to find gratitude throughout that, I think we overcome those challenges so much quicker. So massive journaler, meditator. I only meditate for like 10 minutes, but it does it for me. And lately I've been visualizing the life that I want to create for myself. And miracles happen when we do that. It's beautiful. I thought I'd show you really quick what my supplements look like. I take omega-3. I also drink a lot of water. I always take these first because I feel like there's a bigger chance that I don't burp of that like fish thing. Then I take hormone support. I don't know if this is TMI, but I just got my period. Maybe at not such a good time, so I had a little accident, but we're not gonna get into that today. Joint health, pre and probiotics for my gut. And then I take daily cleanse whenever my body needs a little full cleanse. You can get 20% off that, and I also have an affiliate link with Seeds. On day 29, aka one day before my final DEXA scan, I found out about a hydrostatic body composition test. And so because I want to get the most accurate results for this experiment that I've been doing,
looks like you're right at 5'7.5".
I thought I would give it a try.
The test is to exhale all of your air underwater. At the end, hold still for 2 seconds. I'll give you 2 loud knocks on the tank. That means come up.
Okay.
Good. There we go. So we'll fine tune this. Exhale. There we go. That's a great start. Oh. There you go. Good.
Did you knock a few times?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're talking. There we go. Perfect. Last couple bubbles. Good. Perfect. Now you're done.
Awesome.
You finished and you survived it.
Yes.
How was it?
Great. It's hard getting all your air out of your lungs. Yeah.
Tricky sometimes.
You know, the world record's 24 minutes. I only need like 5 seconds out of people. You did fine.
24 minutes. That's nuts.
According to this test, I gained 7 pounds of muscle and lowered my body fat percentage with 3%. She told me that I was healthy and in the athletic rating on the spectrum. Now, this will all come to a test tomorrow as I do my second DEXA scan, where I'll make sure that all my variables are the exact same as during the first scan. But before we get into that, I just quickly want to mention that firstly, doing a challenge like this is absolutely not for everyone. It is 1000% because I am a nerd when it comes to things like this. And so I just wanted to share this little experiment with you for educational purposes, for anyone out there who's interested in what that process potentially could look like. But just know that having a low body fat percentage like this is probably not going to be ideal for most individuals out there, and I don't think it should be. Secondly, I want to share that my BMI is 19, which is considered healthy, and I've actually gained 10 pounds
pounds over the last few years, and I share more about that in my next YouTube video, so subscribe if you want to check it out. And thirdly, during this journey, I did lower my overall calorie intake, but if you've seen my video from Tulum, you know that I didn't restrict myself from eating desserts and all the most delicious foods during this time. A lot of good food can be fit under 1800 calories, especially if you're just considerate about it. I've really managed to succeed in a way that felt good within during this process because I've been spending my time doing work that really feels fulfilling, and doing things with people who make me happy, and I just have been focusing on gratitude and how happy I know setting a goal and achieving it feels to me. It's exactly 1 month ago since I got my last body spec scan, and me going through this entire journey. The 10th of July, and it's around the same time, and I've been eating the same food as I did during my last scan. So we're about to go in and get tested, but first let's see if I look the same or if you can see a change. Now, there's absolutely a chance that these scans are inaccurate, but just from looking at this harsh lighting setup before and after shot, I feel like I can see a difference, and I definitely can feel a difference. But 13.5%?
0.3.
Wow.
So the numbers might change a little bit because this is not the final version of the report, so there's some adjustments to it to generate the actual report.
13.3%! That's over 2% loss in the body fat in this scan and 3% in the last scan I did.
It's important to mention that both the hydrostatic weighing and the DEXA scan are predictive measurements that should only be used as reference points.
I've also been working really freaking hard, but that just shows that if we put the work in, we commit, we can make changes. I'm kind of an all or nothing kind of girl, so I like to go ham when I set myself a goal, and I guess it works.
And now
my scale at home is about to go up in the morning because I'm about to add some creatine to my body.
Creatine is a naturally occurring substance that's found in meat and fish, and also it is made in your human body already. And when we take this supplement, it can help with performance and muscle growth, but a lot of girls decide not to take it because it's very typical to gain between 2 to 5 pounds within the first week of taking it. It's just from the water that sits within the muscle, and I decided to keep you updated as I go on this new 30-day experiment.
I'm excited to see what happens. Any chance that I can have lost 3 pounds of fat in 1 month?
Yes, absolutely. And you did it.